knows how to sell. While at the New York Times, he produced several record-breaking advertising sections and won 2 gold medals for sales presentations at the International Television and Film Festival. He has just been appointed associate publisher of Inc. magazine and will specialize in developing new business. He joins me now in our studio. And thanks, it's nice to have you here.
It's a pleasure, Leslie.
Most of what I know about this magazine, or most of its success, has been attributed to the fact that you don't ignore small, fast-growing companies like some of your competitors may have. Venture magazine, no pun intended here, has been a bad venture. What happened to them? Why did they fail, and why have you succeeded?
Well, I think the reason is we've succeeded is we've been very true to our market, and our readers regard us more as a club than a magazine. These people are so interested in the projects that they're working on that they rely on us for information about how to run their businesses.
You're in charge of developing new businesses, I understand it. Where do you begin with that?
Specifically internationally. We think it's a global economic community, and we're looking to buy properties overseas and also to help get advertising from overseas into our magazine inside.
Your magazine, as I understand it, was first to call attention to such notables as Stephen Jobs of course, then Apple Computer, Debbie Fields, who was Mrs. Fields of Fields Cookies. Where do you find these people when nobody else knows they're important? Up-and-comers.
They've been with us since they were babies. We specialize in helping them develop their business. Usually,
how so? How do you do that, though?
Usually a person who starts a new venture, no pun intended again, is very knowledgeable about their own business, but they don't really know how to administer benefits. They don't know how to buy pension plans or to delegate authority. And so our magazine helps them in that capacity.
You've managed somehow to woo major corporate advertisers, big corporate advertisers. How have you done that?
Well, they've recognized that our market, the growing market, is the one that buys product. If you've got a company that's growing 82,000% in 5 years, you buy a lot of copy machines, a lot of fax machines, a lot of telephones, a lot of carpet, a lot of trucks, a lot of cars. And they recognize that market, and they've decided to put their money where their mouth is.
There have been other magazines, and not just Venture I'm talking about, that have tried to capitalize on that same market that you're capitalizing on. Success Magazine, Entrepreneur Magazine. What went wrong there? I mean, why haven't they done as well as you have?
Well, I think we've stuck to the growing companies concept. They're more on the small companies, the mom and pop stores, and we're more interested in the risk takers. In the 1890s, for example, the world thought they were running out of whale oil. They weren't running out of whale oil. They needed one Thomas Alva Edison to invent the incandescent light bulb. Those are the kind of readers we have.
That's interesting. Talk to me about Spain America 92. You're trying to bring American businessmen and Spanish business people together.
This is an exciting new project. It's never been done before. We have organized a conference, and we're bringing 75 CEOs of the fastest growing companies in the United States over to Spain to meet specifically with Spanish counterparts in their business. We hope that since our readers do regard us as a club, we are helping them to branch out overseas.
Your magazine, Inc. magazine, has just turned 10 years old. What new territories would you like to see it venture into that you haven't already tackled?
Thank you, Leslie. We're launching a consumer book this April to give the personal side of our reader. We cover the business side very well. Now we're going to go into the consumer side of our reader.
Well, you're in all avenues here. Will there be any changes in marketing strategies now that you've come aboard? I mean, major changes?
Yes, the focus is international now. That's the way of the future.
How so? I mean, how is that specifically going to change?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, we are now actively buying properties overseas. Inc. magazine in France, Inc. magazine in Italy, Inc. magazine in Japan, that sort of thing.
Worldwide. All right, thanks so much.
You bet.
Nice having you on.
Pleasure.